Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, here in YouTube, I'm going to do here a real quick trade recap. Kind of flirting around with the idea of trading live stream. It's not something I really care for, but I may continue to do it. But as of today, I'm just going to be recording my streams. I may be uploading the whole 2 hours or 1 hour. I might just do trade recaps. But there's a couple things I just want to kind of go over. So over here, I tried to get short around the highs. The setup looked good, but I unfortunately got my PP slap. That's why you see negative 100 right there. But so we're starting to move to the downside, and the question is, you know, how do we short the downside, especially if we're trading full contracts? If you're doing like a funded account, excuse me one second. If you're doing a funded account, you only realistically have 6,500, 4,500 on the largest accounts with a drawdown. And when you do the math between this high and this low right here, that's roughly about almost $2,000 to $3,000 in range. So idealistically putting a wide stop across these market structures are very difficult. And if it goes against you twice, you could be in real deep trouble. So one thing I kind of realized over the time, I'll be giving away some of my little, let's say secrets per se, but just kind of share some stuff. Found my paintbrush. So what we're seeing here right here on paintbrush is essentially make it black here real quick. Something that I noticed that's been discussed in a lot of order flow circles, people that just trade the DOM completely versus people that, are TA traders and all that good stuff and such. There is something that is widely accepted. Not many people actually know about this, but obviously algos run the market, like 80% of it. And when you actually look at the market just in general, you have to understand that there's many different type of algorithms, but there's one algorithm that is particular that is running all the bloody time is a algorithm that likes to move sideways all the time. Like literally what it'll do is it'll create a high and a low, go back, create another range like this, and it bounces in this range all the time. Sometimes it's perfect to the tick and they'll freaking go. They literally will short to the tick. Sometimes they will take it above a tick, grab some stops, and then all you see is a large absorption and it's then hitting on the offer. Sometimes you'll see them swing in, like sweep multiple into the upper part of the structure and then sweep it back down. You can really tell it's an algo because of the fact is their ability to move the market so quickly, reverse it within like half a second. So that's obviously not human, nature in itself doing that, or human capability. That is a machine, that is an algorithm, that is a software that's programmed to do that. So a lot of the times when you guys watch me live day trade or just trade in general, I'm always talking about balance areas, micro balance areas. Now I'm not talking about basic balance areas in the profile itself because that's just, distribution of volume between buys and sells, but I'm talking about very specific and algo rotating the market at specific points in time and really stepping on the gas. So let me pull this video back up. So it's what I kind of noticed. There are algos attached to the profile range, the high and low, the POC, and the VWAP, and yesterday's high, low, and all that crap. So when we came down here, I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe a little dead cat bouncing. I want to see if algos start sweeping it to the downside, absorbing and take it. And I kind of saw that it wasn't happening. So I had a very strong intuition that I was going to move to the downside. So I was kind of watching like a bouncer being formed here. Not the best entry, but yeah, it is what it is. And once again, my Replicanto being a piece of shit. I'm in the trade right here, sell, and it runs. Now my biggest issue is I probably should have held this because I know a lot of the times is when we're trying to make a run to the lows of the open, there's a lot of volume that's going to come through. And what you're seeing right here is not necessarily 100% is that, huge market makers are coming in and just hitting the market execution, or they're not. Because that's what, depending on how you have your time to sell set, depending on how you have your deltas, showing that kind of information, but a lot of these sweeps you're seeing are actually algorithms stepping on the gas, just wham. And the way they do is they're not doing in lots of, 100, 100, 100. Sometimes they just do extremely small sizes and they just rapidly hit the bids and take them out. Because when you're looking at contracts, it's 4, 6, 19, 11. So if they were really hitting the book with 50, 50, 50, this thing would just completely slam through the floor. So it all comes down to math. So yeah, basically we went long, attempted to fucking close it because whatever reason, trade copiers and shit are shit. So had to come back to Bookmap and close it out multiple times. So it was basically the first trade. I just wanted to basically talk about there is balance areas being formed in the book. You see a lot of large absorptions hitting the bids of the offers. Those are telltale signs which way this thing's going to go. So you got to keep a strong eye on that. And a lot of times you want to basically either add to your winners or hold straight through. Don't be a puss. But it also depends. If you're a scout trader and you're okay making $200 to $500 a matter of seconds, and more power to you. And the next trade I took was kind of interesting because, let's see if I can find it right here real quick. So what I found really interesting thing is right here, you're going to see a big iceberg that was basically formed right here. Let me see if I can come back and find it real time. Right here. So what you're seeing is markets down this range. They're starting to absorb it during the bottom range. Right about here. What you're seeing right here is these large absorptions. That is an iceberg in one particular single area. So you have to ask yourself what's going on here. And you're looking here at the delta, that's 537 bars pushing up and it's not moving. Now if we sit here, look at 471, there's 8 contracts there. I mean, there's no way 8 contracts is holding up singularly against 537 orders that come in and trying to get in there, right? So that's kind of interesting. You have to ask yourself, okay, what's going on here? I'm looking at, I'm looking here at the time sells, 20, 40, 50, including all the small ones coming through. So there was a lot of pressure that was bent up in here. So the question is, if there's 500 icebergs, if you're looking at the current order book, you get an idea. The largest amount size is 60. You're looking at the transacted volume between buyers and sellers. You got a couple 157, 146, 128. So you're getting an idea what the daily range volume is, right? Or just the volume of the day, just in general, how aggressive, how weak it is. And you're comparing that size at one particular standpoint in the book. That's telling you that's iceberg. Whether you have a iceberg indicator, MBO data by Bookmap or not, you can sit there and look at a DOM and realize, holy smokes, this is an iceberg getting filled up. How much is it? 537 on the buy. So that's telling me 537 can't move above here in a matter of seconds. That's a big sell-off offer iceberg getting filled. So there's someone that's with a crap ton of money at one particular price. He wants to get filled. He wants this market to go down. That is literally $500,000 just in margin for them on the line to get pushed down. So if you think about it, if they got that much damn margin, they must have at least 10 to 30 million in the bank, somewhere around there, to take this heat. So what I like to see is, even if we get a little bit above it, I like to find balance being built, and then we come to the side and sell on the back end of it. And that's what we got. Not the best entry. But yeah, essentially that's my last trade. I had a conviction because this iceberg, they wanted to go down. And yeah, that's basically what happened. So I didn't hold it like a vagina, but at the same time if I would have held it a lot longer past the overnight low, this thing would have came back and pushed it up against me. And as you can see, it came right back up. It would stop me out. Yeah, right there. So that's pretty much it. That's kind of the price action for today. As you know, the rest of the session, it just dumped like crazy. So it is what it is. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.